want to tell the story of Bomgar. It's an exciting story. It's a story of God's blessing. It's a story of smart, hardworking people trying to change the world. So my story, I've always been a kind of a techie guy. I liked, fixing computers and making technology work and all that. And so while I was at Belhaven, I got all these computer certifications that said I could kind of fix kind of anything with a microprocessor in it. And I made money, and part of the way I put myself through college was fixing people's computer problems. So the car I was driving at the time was this 1979 Buick LeSabre. I was born in 1980, so this car was older than I was. It cost me $500, and I spent my time driving around to people's houses, businesses, fixing their computer problems. And it occurred to me one day, sort of, the light bulb went off. It was like, this is really dumb. Why am I driving around to all these computers? What if there was a way to fix the computer by connecting to it over the internet? Now, right now, that is a super common technology. I mean, everybody's got it. But this is back in 2003, and back in 2003, 15 years ago, this was very new and innovative technology. So the vision was this. The vision is, I'm the tech support rep over here. The end user needs problems. What if there's some tech in the middle that would let me see their screen, move their mouse, type on their keyboard, and all of that? And so I started working on that. And I worked for the last 6 months of my senior year, from December through May of my senior year, while I was wrapping up. I was working on this software product, which the first version of it was actually written by these 10 fingers right here on Belhaven's campus. So I started using this technology. I graduated in May. I started using this technology, and the light bulb went on again, which was, this was hard to create. This took some time. Maybe I'm not the only person on the planet who could benefit from this tool that I built for me, but could benefit possibly anyone. And so if I could find a way to sell this product, then people would give me money. It's an incredible paradigm. So how do you sell a product that you invent at Belhaven University when you have never done that before? Well, what I did is I went to the Belhaven Computer Lab, and I went literally to the computer lab. I pulled out Microsoft Word, and I made this brochure. You can't see it, but the short take is it's a one-page brochure of what the technology was, why it was good, and why you might want to pay me $500 for it. Now it costs like $3,000 a license. Back then it was like $500 and you could have as much as you wanted. So I made the brochure, and then I did not have any way of putting it on the internet elegantly, so I clicked File, Save As, and I picked HTML, which is the simplest way you could possibly make a website. You can do it with any document in Microsoft Word, just save it as HTML, and then you get yourself on registrar.com or whatever, you get yourself a $7 domain name. It costs about $7, you get yourself a domain name, and when you're done with the process, it asks you, what do you want your website to be? Well, I said, I want this brochure. I want this brochure to be on the internet. And then I quickly found out that nobody visits websites unless you advertise somehow. So I started advertising on these sponsored links on Google. My wife Rachel, we had met as freshmen. We had gotten married the middle of our junior year, and we were just graduating, so we did not have much money. And so I set a limit of $20 a day. $20 a day was all I could afford to spend on these little ads, and the ads cost about 10 cents. So after about 200 ads, or whatever the math comes to, they'd take my ad down because I'd be out of money for that day. Well, I put my ads up on a Monday, and on a Thursday, the very first person called me. And that very first person said, I have been waiting for somebody to invent something like this. I've never had time to do it myself. It sounds like you have. If you can prove to me the technology works, I'll be happy to give you my credit card, and you can charge me $500 to make this technology work for me the way it works for you. So with that person's permission, I logged into their computer. I showed them that I could move their mouse, type on their keyboard, and all that good stuff. And they said, this is fantastic. Here's $500. So over the next 2.5 months, 50 more people called me. 50 people who had seen the ad on the internet, gone to the website, and thought, that's interesting, a one-page website with no links on it. Not usually what you see, but this product sounds really compelling. And so they ultimately called me and gave me a credit card number, which I was writing down on my legal pad or whatever it was. So anyway, so I'll shorten the story a little bit. At that point, 2.5 months in, it was clearly more than I could handle. So I hired, at that point it was just me, I hired Nathan McNeil and Patrick Norman. The three of us, all Belhaven graduates, we had all graduated together, and they were off doing some other things, and I said, hey, you want to you want to all get together and change the world? Like, let's build this thing together. It's going to be amazing. And so they came on board, and the three of us, over the course of the rest of 2003, about 6 months, we made the website better, we used the revenue to make more ads, and we came up with our first $100,000. $100,000. So three of us had just graduated, and by the end of the year, we had like 100 grand, that's a lot of money. You know, we had sold 200 licenses at $500 a pop. So the rest of the story, I was founder, CEO, and chairman for 11 years until 2014. And over the next 11 years, we built and we built and we built. And the software got better, and the advertising got better, the website got a lot better, and the companies that started coming to us got bigger and bigger and bigger. We started off selling to just small businesses, but as it grew, it just blossomed to larger and larger companies were calling us, and eventually we made the decision that we can become the platform for the largest companies in the world to do computer technical support. So if you fast forward to today, Bomgar Corporation has more than 12,000 customers spread across 65 different countries, and it actually includes most of the largest companies in the world.